because who knows what these things. Well, this isn't so bad. Oh wait,
Sleep on it for a couple days.
yeah,
You might change it.
I agree.
Can I start?
Absolutely.
This conversation is hard for me to have with you, A, because I'm coming from a position of weakness right now, but I want you to know that everything that I say and everything that I do say is absolutely genuine about how I feel from beginning to end and the truth of everything that's happened from beginning to end. You might believe that I had something to do or had any knowledge of you being nominated, and I did not. And that is the truth, and if you want to believe me, then great, but you will see at the end of this that that was not the case.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, when we sat down in the APSR and you pretty much gave me a choice, it was kind of like abandon Cody and come hang with the original side, or you guys are going to be targets and you're guilty by association. I understood where you were coming from, and I still loved you as a person, but game-wise, I saw that you were going to take me and Cody out. So, again, moving forward, did I campaign against you? Yes. Does that mean that I disliked who you were as a person? No, that never meant anything. I never changed how I viewed. It was just that you were making a game move. And woman to woman, logic would say, what am I going to do now? I never once said to someone, yeah, I'm going to vote to keep Christmas. So when you said in your speech that I was playing both sides of the house, I wasn't, because I made my point very clear, like, if you're going to come after Cody and I understand why you would come after Cody, but I literally had nothing to do with it. And you guys wanting to battle it out, fine. Like, I think you're both great people. Battle it out. This is a game. But when you attacked me, I was really surprised, especially because I was genuinely concerned from day one about your foot. If you remember, like, I helped you in the backyard, all of that jazz. I don't really know where things changed personally between you and I, but you've been really mean to me, and you've made my life here harder, and I understand that this is a game. Now I can smile about it and understand that this is not real life. I can understand that. But I think that you're a better person than playing the mean girl role. Because when you were out of the house, to be honest, like, when you're in a room, people feel like they can't talk to me because they feel like they're disrespecting you. So I would like to know how I hurt you on a personal level, because I never once attacked your personal character, and you said multiple times that I wasn't worth it. And to devalue my self-worth is a personal shot, and I don't think that I deserved that.
Okay, so where do you want to start? I'll start from the beginning.
Go.
Yeah, I'm here. I wanted to hear you through before I responded to anything.
Okay. Thank you.
One, thank you for talking to me. When I had the conversation with you, I honestly believe that you didn't have any influence on what was going on with Cody's decision.
Cool.
And I told you that night, right?
Yeah.
The conversation that I had with you wasn't a divide. It was, if you were claiming that you wanted to play your own game, then you should take some steps, meaning, and I said, reach out to people in the house to make sure that they knew that you were also playing your own game, and that you would be assumed to be on Cody's agenda if you didn't do that. I never said that I was coming after you. People asked me afterwards, they were like, is Jessica your target? And I said, why would she be a target? You know, like, I don't even understand why Cody put me up. So still, you know, he told me one thing, which is still kind of really obscure. So that conversation, it may have been misconstrued by you of what I was saying, but I was saying specifically to make your actions be known, like, clear to other people, but not to ditch Cody. I never said ditch Cody or abandon ship. I believed that you didn't have anything to do with it, and so my concern was that people would perceive you guilty by association, and that's why I had that conversation with you. If you were my target, I wouldn't have taken the time to sit down with you. I'm not that kind of person. Like, if I don't care, I'm not going to give you my time. So what turned for me is that when people started telling me that I had told you in there that you were my target and that I was coming after you. Never left my mouth. And didn't leave my mouth until I felt personally attacked on my character and the integrity of how I play this game. So, by hearing these lies. that you were saying to people that I was saying this stuff, and then pretty much forcing them into choosing sides. That night, I asked you if I had your vote to stay, for me to stay. You said yes. We have a wonderful hug.
Babe, I said you gave me a lot to think about, and let me sleep on it. Verbatim is what I said to you.
We had a wonderful hug.
We did.
And
because I don't.
Do you want me to
dislike you as
finish,
a
or do you
person.
just want to keep interrupting?
Christmas.
I gave you an opportunity. Give me an opportunity to
Okay,
respond.
fine. I'm not trying to argue with you or be hostile with you. I'm sorry I interrupted. Please continue.
I got frustrated because I thought that we were starting a friendship. I wasn't as close with you as I was with Elena or some of the other girls, but I felt like I understand your humor and I understand where you're coming from, and I really like your humor, and so I liked hanging out with you. It hurt me to hear, well, it hurt me to get thrown under the bus by Cody.
Of course.
And then it hurt me to hear, and I was like, okay, let the dust settle. What the fuck happened? And then as the dust was settling, I started hearing other things. And it just like was like, wow, like that wasn't my intention for her at all. Never advocated for you to leave Cody. Never advocated for anything other than for, you know, just to be true in your game. So I'm trying to remember all your points and address them in sequence and appropriately. Once you threw shade at me and I was hearing these things, I took it personally. And maybe that's my fault for blending the game and personal, but I was never given a reason. And then you asking me how I was feeling all week, and then telling me that you weren't asking me, you know, later on, you were not asking me how my foot was feeling, but how I felt, was really just an issue of clarity. Okay? I broke my foot. You asked me how I feel, not towards you or the game or Cody or what's going on, but I'm going to automatically assume, and I responded every time about my foot. And if that wasn't the case, then...
No, I was asking about your foot. Like, how you were as a person, like, how are you doing health-wise?
Okay. But we never had a follow-up to that conversation that night in the Austin Power Group.
No, we didn't.
So, and I didn't feel that it was my responsibility to reach out to you once I heard that these lies were happening. Whether they were lies people were telling me or the lies that you were telling them. There was a discrepancy upon truth. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, and I don't...
So there were, you know, nobody came down to see if I was okay. You were in the backyard, helping as a long shot. Cody that day leaned down, and when he dropped me, you know, him and Matt put me in the DR, leaned down and said, you can see your bone sticking out of your foot, whispered it in my ear to play psychological warfare with me. And then when I came back, you and Cody didn't come back from downstairs to check on me when everybody else did today. So I took that as a personal attack.
Wait, today?
No, the first day I came back from breaking my foot.
I was the first person that saw you, Christmas. When you came out of the DR. They even asked me about it in the DR. You were the first person to see Christmas when she walked into the house.
You helped open the door.
And I asked you how you were doing.
And that was the only conversation that we had. We didn't even have a conversation. There was no follow-up from the APSR. So, regardless, I just felt continued snubbed by you and continued to hear more things about what you were campaigning about. I don't mind if you campaign against me. Fine. I do have an issue if you start making lies, and whether those lies, you actually made those lies, or people were making up lies about you making those lies. Your actions were speaking louder than your words, and your words were very little. So I got an issue with it. I wanted to come in today after hearing the news and knowing that Cody's probably going home Thursday. I feel for you. It's hard to be in this house, but you know, regardless of who you are or what you're doing, it's hard to be in this house. You're a freaking veto toad. You're on slop. You're losing your ride or die, and you've had like this really awful fucking week. And in a weird, not necessarily parallel, but I've also had a really freaking awful week. This changes a lot for me, not just in this game, but my life. Like, my job is to be physical. So I wanted to, and I meant it when I said it outside on the Candy Crush thing, was like, let's try and have a cordial time. I know you want to spend as much time with Cody as possible. I'm going to respect that. And I just felt like that wasn't really received. So I wanted to come again today and say, you're having a hard week. I'm having a hard week. Can we let the fucking game not affect our wonderful personalities? And what happened. There was obviously multiple levels of miscommunication, misunderstanding, probably a little deceit that we were aware of or weren't aware of, and let it lie and just enjoy the time that we have. Is that...
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But just to clarify, I don't know if there was a miscommunication between you and I in the APSR. I feel like that was the messages you were sending me. If I misinterpreted that, then I'm sorry. But that is genuinely what I thought you were trying to tell me, was that, you know, pick a side between our original alliance or Cody, and if you stay with Cody, you're a target. So can you understand from my mind, if that's like what I'm interpreting what you're saying, can you see why I chose?
I mean, I guess I can see why, but at the same time, that's not what I was delivering.
Okay.
I was not delivering that at all.
So
I was concerned for your position in the house, but I wasn't saying leave him or you're there or not. There was no line drawn. And feel free to ask me for clarity or to be able to say, like, what is it you're fucking saying, Christmas? Because I will tell you. I feel like you have seen whether or not the group or outside the group or, you know, how I'm pretty clear with people about how I feel. And that will, sooner than later, bite me in my ass and send me home. But I'm okay with that because that's the way that I work. So I wasn't trying to tell you it's either this or that, and there's the line. I was saying that you should take some and I said, do some, pro-action? What the fuck ever. But take action so people knew that you were playing your own game, even while you were with Cody. And I guess I could have said that more clearly, but I thought I was. And so there obviously was a miscommunication between us that day. Because that's not what you received was not what I was trying to deliver.
And I was not actively trying to spread lies or rumors about what that conversation was. That was just genuinely how I interpreted it. Again, I don't lie. And that's going to bite me in the ass in this game because there's a lot of people that get away with that.
So did you tell people that I told you I was coming for you?
I told people that you looked at me as guilty by association.
But you didn't say that I said I was coming for you.
Well, the two kind of go hand in hand.
They don't. It depends on what you said.
Well, when I interpret that statement, that's what I interpret it as. Like, the two, to me, go
So
hand in
you
hand.
told people that I said your interpretation.
Correct.
And without saying, this is how I interpreted it.
It was just...
I'm just getting clarity.
Christmas. It wasn't me trying to put words into your mouth. It was how I understood it. No,
it was you putting words
verbatim. No, I did not reiterate things verbatim.
But when you tell somebody, if I sit here and I tell you, hey, Jessica said that she's coming after me, sat there in front of me and looked me in the eye and said, I'm coming after you, that isn't delivered as an interpretation. That is delivered as the truth of what happened. So if it didn't happen,
than I am. Like the other day.
No, I just think that
when the chair was moved, I didn't even see you sitting there.
It's fine. It's fine.
Instead of saying like, oh, I was sitting there, it was, oh, thanks. Like, I'm not trying to be catty with you, Christmas. I'm literally just trying to live in the same house as you.
Okay, well then let's just live in the same house.
Christmas.
I'm trying to get clarity. You're sitting there saying that you're lying to people about what I said because you didn't clarify that it was in your interpretation.
Christmas, if you want to be mad at me, then be mad at me. Like you said, I'm in a frog suit. I'm on slop. Cody's leaving. I'm probably leaving next week. It doesn't get any worse for me. I don't need anything. Like, I'm just trying to get through this game.
I hear you.
That is all.
Okay.
I'm not trying to give you some psychological message right now. I am not trying to be catty towards you. I am not trying to be vindictive to you. I'm literally just trying to have this conversation so we can get to a neutral ground. That is all.
I agree with you 100%. Let's be on a neutral ground.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I am sorry about your surgery because I've never had to go through surgery and I can't imagine what you're going through personally.
I appreciate that.
I'm so sorry. But you'll figure it out. Like,
And you're almost out of the frog pond.
I just gotta hang a boob out and like I feel a little better about myself.
My promise to you is that I promise to try to get past what happened, but I can't guarantee, and I will be aware of my actions towards you and do better.
I really hope that you notice one day that I was never trying to be a mean person to you in any way, shape, or form.
I believe that
And
that
I'm
wasn't
so
intentional.
sorry. Because I'm not trying to play this game in a dirty way. I really am not. I'm not trying to stab anyone in the back. I literally care about people in this house. And I'm not trying to be a villain here. I'm just taking it day by day at this point.
I can understand that too. Is that your stomach?
It's been every day. Every single day. It's slot belly.
Oh.
You don't know. You don't know the struggle. And I'm in a room with 3 boys who do nothing but slop fart. So, again, all-time low. Can't get worse. Trying to smile through it.
Well, you have some time to mend some relationships and make this a better experience.
There's some people that I definitely want to, on a personal level, not on a game level, remedy things with, because we started off all so strong. And I genuinely care about the people in my life, and I don't want to go out of this game with any hatred towards anybody. So I hope that you can understand that I didn't mean to hurt you, and I apologize if I did.
Thank you.
It is just a game, and I don't want to be a bad person, you know, like.
I believe that wholeheartedly. I do. And you can ask everybody. I didn't believe that you had anything to do with it intentionally, initially. And I still don't believe that you you said anything to Cody for that. Like, that was.
No.
But I did believe that you had some influence, whether it was, not direct. Does that make sense? So
Christmas, I
know,
love you.
I know, but I'm
don't-
telling you how I felt at the time and what I believed at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wanted to be transparent about that.
Yeah.
So if anybody asked, they'd be like, ask them. I was there. I really, really, truly didn't believe, and if I had believed it, my conversation with you would have been completely different in that APSR, the wave room.
Yeah.
So
The only person that I felt like I might have negatively affected their relationship with Cody was Paul, and that was because I said something to Cody. Like, you know how I felt about Alex in the beginning. It was like, your relationship with Alex is how I feel about Paul. I think he's a great person, and I want to see him, like, do really well.
yeah.
And I don't know if that affected it negatively, but I felt kind of responsible after.
Nobody knows why Cody did what he did. He doesn't say. And he keeps his conversations private. So, that's his move to make. Well, I'd say go get cookies, but
I'm kidding.
Slop
I can't
cookie?
eat anything right now. Like, oh my god. I'd rather throw up all that slop.
thanks for
You need help up.
reaching out. No, I'm okay. Just doors. Can we have a little bit of a...
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh my god, you're so much shorter than I thought.
I'm glad we had this talk.
Me too.
You're gonna get through this. So surgery's Wednesday.
Surgery's Wednesday.
They didn't tell you what the recovery time was yet.
I don't know. I know that I'll have to have surgery in 4 months again.
So it's a 2-part surgery.
So I'm assuming I'll be in some sort of cast until then. But
Well, you own your own business, right? Your own gym. But you can outsource, like hire coaches. I don't know.
yeah, it runs itself.
Good.
It's good.
Well, that's good.
So
Silver linings. You need them in this game.
sorry for stealing some of your sunshine today.
That's okay.